Which thing was this? The N-word video?
N-word video.
Yeah. Boy, I could see why people would be so upset. Obviously, we used to say the word in a way like if you were like using it in a sentence, like talk about a Richard Pryor routine. If you were, it didn't seem as offensive then as it does now. Now it seems like impossibly offensive.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting is that there's no words that are really that way where it's positive if certain people use it and negative if other people use it. Like you could say it as like an affirmation. You could say it as like a punchline sometimes.
A punchline sometimes.
So many stand-ups.
Derek Poston, shout out to him. I counted last night. I think it was 25. And he did 10 minutes.
I mean, but if you're a stand-up, I mean, it is a very valuable word.
But you know what's crazy is I watched Derek last night, fucking hilarious, and he uses the word a lot. And I started counting a couple times. So I was like, this is because I just seen you, and you have not spoiler alert, but great fucking thing. And I watched Derek, and I kind of counted, and I thought, what's amazing is they are not even hearing the word really. They're not hearing the word as if I said it, they'd hear it. It's just skating by.
Right. When he says it, it doesn't cause any tension.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. But that's what's so weird about that word is that it's the only word where the amount of melanin in your skin predicates whether or not you could. That dictates whether or not you can say it. Where you're from, that dictates where you can say it. It's like it's a word that is privileged to a certain group. I mean, not privileged. Obviously, it's a terrible slur pointed at people.
Yeah.
But when they're using it the way they want to use it, whether it's in hip hop lyrics or whether it's in stand-up comedy, when they're using it the way they want to use it, it's a beautiful like social tool.
It's melodic.
Oh my God! For stand-up comedy, I think it gives an extra layer of flavor.
Oh,
like if Chappelle uses it.
Chappelle's got a joke about. And I won't even fucking but about him and his dude in the car, and a cop pulls up next to him, and it's a white guy, and he's like, "I think we should race him." And Chappelle goes, and he uses the word, but the word is the thing, and it gives it such a like, where you're like, it just sparkles.
Well, Chris Rock is one of the greatest bits ever on that word. I mean, it's a fucking amazing bit, and when it's just a very, very strange word in terms of like all the other words that exist. That's the only one. Like there's no positive like slurs against Jews. Right? There's no slurs against Jews that if someone was Jewish they could say in a positive way.
Well, hang on. But the flip is Jewish people, I'm getting comfortable. Jewish people will mock their Judaism in front of you.
Yes,
like I can't,
Ari will.
I can't throw a baseball. Typical Jew. But if you said it to them, they'd be like, "What the fuck are you trying to say?"
Right.
And you're like, and here's the thing I was trying to think of last night. So I wanted to talk to you about that thing you're doing. So I was like, it's really brilliant. And one of the things I was thinking is like, it's possible that white people don't have a word that is as explosive or volatile to us that means so much. And so maybe we can't understand.
No way.
We can't understand.
But it's crazy just as a word that the flip side of it is they can use it and it just sounds fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't offend anybody. We're all just sitting there. Everyone's laughing.
It makes times better.
It's a weird word, man.
Snoop said it to me when I walked. We were at this event. I told you, and I said I want to go hang out with Snoop. And Leanne's like, can't you hang out with Snoop? I go, he's my friend. If we can't hang out, then we're not friends. So I went over. I said to the guy, I was like, tell Papa Bert's here. And he was like, what? No. And I was like, just tell Papa Bert's here. And he's like, who's Papa? I go, just yell, Papa Bert's here. He goes, Papa Bert's here. And he's like, yeah, dog wants to see him. And then I just walked through. I went back. First words out of Snoop's mouth, and I felt so much love. I felt so much fucking love.
Right?
I felt so much love.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
That word is it's just as a word, it's so fascinating.
And if now the exact opposite, if I had said that to him,
Oh yeah,
it would have ruined the night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we're aware of that social interaction, but at the same time, there was this time where people thought, like I remember reading the word in high school during reading Huck Finn, reading it aloud.
Yeah, in Huck Finn,
reading it aloud.
Is that still in it, or did they change the words?
I don't know.
Because I think some. Let's find out what's going on with that, because I feel like I read that there was some call to remove that word from Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
That's what it says. Yeah, it's like... Well, you remember the Chevy Chase routine with Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
On SNL? I mean, It
was interesting, too, is there was a period of time where Quentin Tarantino had white people saying in his movies.
Oh, yeah. Well, he said it a bunch of times in Pulp Fiction. Alabama publisher says expurgation. Is that the right word? Expurgation.
I'm using that when before. I come.
Hi!
I'm expurgating!
Of more than 200 hurtful epithets will counter preemptive censorship that has seen Mark Twain's... Yeah, okay, it censors the N-word. What do they use in place of that word? They just call him Jim?
Oh. Yeah. You're reading the words. Read all the words they say.
Oh, my God. They're going to replace it with the word slave.
Wait, what?
Wow. In the new edition, the word will be replaced in each instance by slave. The word engine will also be replaced in the text. I wonder what...
That's an interesting word. I never really heard that word growing up.
Engine?
Yeah. And we grew up in Florida where the Seminole tribe was like really big.
Well, they were the only unconquered tribe.
Seminole tribe.
Yeah.